Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the panel build. Now today we got a lot on our list, a lot of things to do to get this thing for its first fire up. So first we're gonna work on the gas tank. We got it here on the table. It's a little rough. Need to clean it up, pull the old sending unit out, clean the inside of the tank really well. The vent tube's gonna need a new piece of hose to hook up to the filler tube inside. And then the straps are gonna need a little love. Get all this cleaned up, get this mounted in the car, start running some fuel lines. Shoot, by then we're ready to fire this turkey up, so let's get it.
Happen. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not
a little bit of before. Yeah, there's a little bit of difference, huh? Nice and clean up. So this one's ready for paint. This one needs to be cleaned. Let's keep going. All right, here's the finished product of the gas tank. Gave it a quick little silver paint job just to clean it up a little bit. Got the brand new sending unit in. Actually, I had to use the factory base of all this with the tube and everything, and I just changed out the electrical sending unit on this so it'll work. The one that came with it, it wouldn't work with this setup. It was completely separate. It would have just this plate for just the sending unit, but no feed for the fuel. I would have to run a separate thing for the fuel. I'm like, I ain't doing that. So I just fabricated it for it to work with the factory pickup. I also cleaned up and painted the tank straps. So now we gotta grab this, crawl under there, lift it up, strap. Yeah, all by myself. Floor jack might be needed. Gas tank installed. See up there? Big, long gas tank. It's going lengthwise up the passenger side. And it's in. Just the thought, whenever putting in these gas tanks, have someone help you. Doing it by yourself, very difficult. I had to mess with the floor jack to keep it upright, jogging it, trying to start the bolts, forgetting stuff, have to climb back under the truck. And so now we could run fuel line and we could run the wiring for the gas gauge for the sending unit. So let's keep on going. We got the fuel line hooked up to the pump. I just have it ran in here for now. It's loose. You can see it just ends over there. We're gonna run a fuel filter on the frame just before it gets to the tank. And one of these cool big old canisters that this unscrews and there's a big filter element inside. So we're gonna run this along the frame. So obviously this is directional. So this will be from the tank going through, and then this comes out going towards the motor. So mount this on the frame, should look pretty good. And then the fuel system will be done. And then after that, later on today, we're gonna throw on the trans cooler. I got the lines, bracketry, everything. So I'm gonna have to figure out where to mount that on the truck. I'm not gonna mount it in the traditional spot. The traditional spot, people like to mount it in front of the radiator, but this is a big truck, a lot of area. I need 100,000 feet of hose to route it there. So I'm gonna route it somewhere underneath the truck. Same location that we did the race truck in the back, mount it underneath the cab. It gets plenty of airflow and keeps the tranny cool. So I'm gonna do something like that, save us some time, some coolant line and headaches. So that's gonna be the plan for today, and let's keep on going. Fuel system is now 100% complete. We got fuel line going in the gas tank, coming out of the gas tank, going in the fuel filter, coming out of the fuel filter, and get a shot running all the way back down to the pump. You can see it's a little hidden too, because I got it inside the frame rail. So all you see from the outside is just that. We got the trans cooler lines hooked up. You can see from the top into the transmission. We got it tucked up in there really nice. Up and over the frame, straight shot. All right, this is the time we're waiting for, the first initial fire up. But first, before we start cranking over on this bad boy, we need to fill up all the fluids, water, transmission fluid, check the oil, check all the connections, and then let's get at it.
I'll stand here and I'll take it.
You might take when this shooter, there'll be a lot of cussing. We'll check it for leaks, so you don't really want to turn the water off.
Okay, everything is checked. Fuel, oils, waters. Let's attempt the first fire up on this bad boy.
We're ready. Let's do it. Right, baby. Come on, baby. That's why I wanted to there you go. Oh, there it is.
Gas in here? All right.
Should be firing right now.
The timing. Yeah, you gotta give it gas. All right.
Okay, folks, we're gonna give it a try again.
He's running good now, buddy.
We got great oil pressure, water temp. The fuel sending unit just needs to be grounded and then that'll be accurate. Looks like everything's going good. Running good. Well, that went perfectly to plan. Dropped the motor in, wired it up, fired it up. Everything went perfectly smooth.
I was just joking.
Yeah, we had a few issues. And we had a few weird issues. You get that when you build cars with a bunch of mismatched parts. You're trying to upgrading old systems and certain things are just getting a little weird you have to figure out. So yeah, we fired it up. We got it up to temp. We got it up a little bit too much temp. Started puking water out the radiator because we forgot to keep filling it with water. Brand new motor, empty water jacks. Yeah, got a little hot. Cooled it down, filled it up with water. Everything is copacetic now. Then we had an issue with the starter. Really weird. We would start it up, it would run great. And then when you turn off the car, the starter would want to re-engage and start grinding on the flywheel. What the heck? So I pinpointed it to the charging system, unplugged this, fire it up, turn it off, no issues. So we just got to run a one-way diode. Because what's happening, you upgraded the charging system. While it's running, it's pumping out charge. When you turn it off, a little bit of the excess charge wants to go back instead of continuing to go forward. It went back, it shoots power to the starter. That's what creates it wanting to re-engage even when the ignition is off. It'll re-engage for like a couple of seconds, but those couple of seconds is grinding against the flywheel. So figure that out, fix that. That issue's done. We had a couple of small leaks that were overlooked in the fuel tank. We addressed those. So a lot of little minor things. And of course, even the carburetor. Not a huge fan of these Edelbrocks. Yeah, at all. I'm a Holley guy, but we had this carburetor already. It was already set up for the motor, ran it. And of course, we had to take it apart, this top half off, because some of the jets were leaking. I guess when we shut it off and we looked inside, it was still pumping fuel like in. It was flooding it out. So we had to take it apart, clean it. It was probably some old junk that was in the gas tank and it got in there and it probably clogged one of the squirters of the jets, and I don't know. We took it apart, cleaned it, put it back together. Now it's running good. So everything is looking good now. Motor's running fine. Everything seems to be the way it should now. So now this is gonna wrap up this episode. We got this bad boy started. Everything is working. It looks like everything is not broken. No bolts are flying out, no sparks. Well, a little bit of sparks, a little bit of smoke, but for the most part, it was good. So we're gonna end this episode right here. Next episode, we're gonna start buttoning up the braking system, putting the front end on, getting all the fenders lined up, maybe even throwing on the new doors. Who knows? We'll see how far we get. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.